Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Hablando Con Taco. It's me, Michael, Texas 956 Dad on social media. It's been a good week, guys. It's been a really good week. I did somebody else's podcast for the first time, and it was an experience. I was with Mr. Juan with the One and Only podcast. I got to spend some time with my best friends this weekend, two of them. And it was just an amazing week that I've had, man. I'm just so blessed to be walking this path right now, this life that I get to live. Unfortunately, the Cowboys did lose. Hey, but that's what comes with being a Cowboys fan. Like, we already know what to expect. Like, my dad told me a few years ago. I called him. I was all upset after the Cowboys lost. He's like, son, you got to understand, when you're watching the Cowboys game, you're not watching for them to win. You're just watching for the experience, and you can't get your hopes up. And ever since then, it's like, I come to expect to be disappointed. I think that's what my dad was trying to say. But yeah, so this Friday, I was in my own head. Like, I feel like I'm a brujo sometimes, because I get these feelings about people. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's y'all too, but I got this weird feeling about my best friend that I haven't talked to in a while. This is my brother. And I get this weird feeling about him. And I'm like, man, I need to text him. I've been holding out on him. And sure enough, not even 5 minutes later, I get a text from him. And he's like, hey, I've been real busy. Let's hang out. Let's hang out tomorrow. I was like, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. One, because I really, really enjoy spending time with him. There's, like, I go out and I'll go meet people and I go out with people, but I have a great time. Don't get me wrong. It's just, when it's me and him, it's me and him have been best friends since kindergarten. I met him in kindergarten. I have a picture with him and me and him hanging out at our school field trip. But I lost track of him because we separated schools in elementary. I think it was like third grade. They split us up to different schools. And he went to a different elementary, and I didn't see him again till junior high. And the junior high memory I have of him is he had lost all his books, and he got to the point where his mom was there looking for these books because he was gonna have to pay. And I'm walking down the hallway late. And I see him and his mom and my history teacher, and be like, look at that douchebag. He's like, he's the one that probably has it. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I put my books in his locker all the time. And I'm like, okay, I didn't even know, because I was right by history class, right by tutorial. So everyone would throw their books. I didn't care. I would use their stuff. That was the price of rent. But he's like, yeah, he has my history book. I'm like, what? So, I don't even remember if I had his book or not, but I remember every day after that were inseparable. We would hang out every day, always be at each other's houses. A lot of times our parents try to separate us because we were never serious together. If we're ever together, we're just constantly giggling like little girls, little boys. But that's my brother. That's my brother. Like, him and his older brother are the same as me and my older brother. So at one point, my brother and his brother were living together. They had gone through their divorces. They were separated, and they were living the single life together. Something that me and my best friend never got to do, never got to live with each other. But they got along perfectly. Like, they get along together. They're out there as much as me and Fernie are out there. And we're our own different onda. But that's my brother. And I haven't spoken to my brother in a while. And Thanksgiving, I text him. And he was like, "Oh, I'm on my way here," and it seems like he's always busy. Every time I call him, every time I text him that I want to hang out with him, like he's always busy, or he always has to ask his chick. Like there's always something. And I realized that I felt like I was becoming a nuisance. Like I'm, pestering him. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop calling. He never calls me. I'm the one always calling him. I'm always looking for him, and he's never available. I'm going to stop calling him. Let's see how long he takes to notice. Apparently to the end of January, because that's when he texted me for us to hang out a couple days ago. But we just get right back into it. Like that's the beauty of a friendship, that you get right back into like the swing of things. Like you just start riding that bike again. It's like you never got off. And me and him, it's been months since we've spoken, but still it was like nothing. We just fell into it. And yeah, he's been real busy. He has this construction company, a cabinet company, and they just keep growing and scaling and scaling. They're doing wonderful. And yeah, he's living a beautiful life. Me and my best friend, let me tell you how we grew up poor. He had he had thought that we were rich, because we lived in a double wide. That's what's up. But he thought we were rich because my mom had a car that had a phone in it. You remember those big ass phones? Well, my dad used to be a cop, a narc. And for some strange reason, we had a Beretta. Remember I don't know, it was a Chevy Beretta? Yeah, I think it was a Beretta. It would haul ass. But it had a phone mounted in it. And I remember him getting into the car and he'd be like, "What? Like, your car has a phone, bro?" It was just so awesome. Like he thought that made me rich, and we're poor. We didn't have like a brick home. We had a double wide, but it was our double wide. But we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and we're the same person. But we were best friends, and now we're best friends living two different lives. I got married. I got Erica pregnant at 19, stole her from her house, and started working. It was all about work. It was all about having this house, putting this roof over our head. That was my main focus. That's what I had to do. And, I missed out on a lot. I had to see my friends going out and doing the raving, doing the partying, doing the debauchery. And I couldn't, because I had to be here with Erica. Like, I couldn't just I'm out, deal with the kids. I'm all in for it also. So that was my life. And now my best friend, why I went and lived this life of family, 3 kids. Now my daughter's 19, my boys are 16 and 14. He lives a complete different lifestyle. He, while I was here with my family, he was out partying, having a great time. And then he met his wife, my sister. I love her to death. She's like so perfect. So perfect. This weekend that we're there, all of us together, my wife and our other friend is there, and they're whimsical. They're tipsy. They're having a great time, but they're on that same like ha ha ha, like almost hippie play level. And me and my best friend are like in tune, not so much anymore with his old age, but me and her are in the same wavelength. Like me and her see eye to eye. Me and her are right here together. And but they have money. They travel the world. They don't have kids. So it's such a different lifestyle. Like I have what I have, and he has what he has. And we're both brothers. So we've grown up the same. We are the same people, but we went separate paths. And it's amazing how different our lives are, because he don't have no kids. He's the same age as me. He has no kids. He's beautiful to look at. They have a beautiful life. And we balance each other out. Like, between both of us, we have the perfect life. Because there's no perfect life out there. Nobody has it perfect. Like, everybody has their own issues, their own problems, their own things that they're going through. And I think me and him morphed together would have the perfect life. I don't know if he wants to blend. But like, I could take a little dosage of his life and like, oh wow, it's fabulous. But I wouldn't want to be without my kids. I wouldn't want to be without Erica. Like, she completes me. Like, if I had to trade, like, you could go live the millionaire lifestyle and travel the world with no kids, no worries. Nah. I like my worries. I like my problems. I like my issues. I like my life. I really do. I really do. And seeing his other life, it's such a contrast. And this weekend, I got to see him again. It's been months. And I was so happy to see him. So happy to see her too. Because it hurt. I've been hurting. I made the decision that I wasn't gonna call him. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna call him no more. I keep bothering him. I keep getting this runaround, like, I'm too busy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, he never had time for me. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna call you no more. And I thought it wasn't gonna be this long. And then when it started dragging out, like, it hurt. It hurt to think that I went through phases of maybe I did something wrong to him. Because I remember that last night I was there at his house. It got a little rough back and forth, and it was over politics. So I don't like talking politics with him. But I reflected, like, man, maybe I'm not as an important part of his life as he is to mine, because I was hurting. Like, I was doing it with my family. I had all them, and I have other friends. And people on TikTok always want to reach out to me, and they always want to go out, and I go out with them. But it's not the same. It's not the same without my brother. So when I didn't have him there to go just hang out with him, that's it. I just want to hang out with you. But he's too busy. I'm like, okay, like, that hurt. So when he called, I like lit up, and we go out, and sure enough, he starts telling me, he's like, hey man, I'm sorry. It's just I've been real busy with things, and I let you down this other time that we're supposed to go hunting, and I thought you were like, I don't care about any of that. Did you miss me? I'm like, it's because I'm like, no. Did you miss me? Like, hell yeah, I missed you. Like, that's it. That's it. I was like, it hurt me not calling you, carnal. It hurt. But I felt that you were too busy. And I wanted you to miss me. I wanted you to come to a certain point where you're like, man, I miss him. Like, I need a little bit of him in my life again. And I'm glad you called. Because I wasn't going to call. I was going to be stubborn and wait till you called. But that's my brother. And sure enough, just having the night with him, laughing the way we do, like, our minds where we're at together, like, it's just so beautiful. There was one part of the night that reminded me of earlier of my day. I'd done this podcast earlier that day. And I did the Juan and Only show with Juan. And he just started off his podcast. And me and him are going back and forth, sharing ideas and everything. And he tells me something. That he goes, that his friend said that his podcast, that was 3 episodes in, was sounding too much like Joe Rogan. And he needs to change it up because there's already a Joe Rogan. He doesn't need to do it the same. To which my answer was like, bro, Joe Rogan's the best to ever do it. He's getting paid the most. I want to do it like Joe Rogan. I wish I could do it like Joe Rogan. And he's all like, that really got him unmotivated. And like, because he's the one that told him he should do a podcast. And now he was telling him that. And I told him, like, hey, You know what a chinga poquitos is? He's like, no, what's that? He's like, a chinga a poquitos. I used to work with this guy in construction, and he had this little worker. We called him Caballito. Bro, Caballito was like this small, but he would work, yo. He was just going all day, every weekend. And I spoke to him a few years later, and I'm like, hey, whatever happened to Caballito? He's like, oh, that guy's a chinga poquitos. And I was like, what's a chinga poquitos? He's like, he would steal from me a little at a time. He wouldn't steal at me at all at once, but he'd be taking here and there. He would be chingando a poquito. And a lot of people in this life are chinga a poquito. They're our friends, our family that are making little comments. That when we say, hey, I've been thinking about going back to school, man. I really want to get my degree. Like, bro, you know you're not that good in school, right? Like, you know you've never done good at school. Like, they plant that little... Or you want to start a business. Like, bro, I want to sell some tacos, bro. Yeah, bro, tacos are not going to work. Everyone's already selling tacos. Those are the chinga a poquitos. They take from you a little at a time, a little bit of your heart. They might not take your property, but they take your heart. They try to take away your dream. And I told my friend, because we were talking about my podcast, and he tells me, he's like, hey, man, TikTok's not the same. Like a podcast, you got to do it different. And it took me back to the conversation I just had earlier with that guy, with Juan, telling him how his friends are chinga poquitos. So I was like, your friend's job is to cheer you on. Your only job right now is to be my biggest cheerleader. That's it. I don't need you to analyze my podcast, my business. I need you to support me. And maybe, okay, fine. You don't want to buy my product, but share my post. Okay, you don't want to share my post. Bro, just tell me, keep it up. Good job, bro. You got this. Keep grinding. If you don't want to support me with your money, it's too much for you to support me on social media and share me freely, can I at least get a, hey man, good job? Hey, come on, you're doing great. Keep at it. You know? And that's what I told my best friend that night. I'm like, hey, wait, listen, because he's telling me, no, because this. I was like, listen. I don't need advice, wait. Not right now. Right now that I'm just starting, I don't know what I'm doing. All I need is like, attaboy. It's like, hey, wait, you're doing good, Wade. No, mama, you think Joe Rogan did it overnight, bro? You keep grinding, you keep doing. Like, that's what I need from you. That's what I need from my best friend. That's it. I told Juan, I was like, bro, what does your friend do that he's qualified to make this conclusion that you're too much like Joe Rogan and it's not going to work? And he's all like, he doesn't even do a podcast. He doesn't do anything. I was like, exactly. Why is it the people that don't do shit in this life, that aren't doing anything with their life, with their time, with their talent, are the ones that are like, you're doing it wrong? And this and that and this, and those are the voices in our head. Those are the ones we listen to. Nah. I want to listen to killers. Like this podcast, yeah, I started listening to people that I enjoyed their podcast and how maybe it's not formatted a certain way, but hey, this is what I want to do. And in this life, can I just do what I want to do? Like everything, I do it for everybody else. I've done it for the kids. I do it for the wife. I've done it for my parents. This brings me happiness. Me speaking into this microphone, talking with you by myself, like a crazy person on this podcast, brings me happiness. It's something I want to do. Why do you got to shit on it, bro? Why can't you just support me? I'm not taking any of your time. I'm not taking any of your money. Just show some love. This is what I like to do. I had a little boy. I don't know how little, but he told me that his parents want to get him out of boxing. That right now he loves boxing, but his parents want him to stop and pursue school full time. I don't know how old this young man is, but he asked me for advice. And when he asked me for advice of, hey, what should I do? Should I listen to my parents and go to school? or should I pursue boxing that I love? Now, if you ask any other parent, that's an easy answer. You got to go to school. There's no future in boxing. You know how many people actually make it in boxing? Like how hard it is to break in, like all the bullshit that goes with it. There's that parent. And then you have me. And I told this young man, I'm like, mijo, you need to do it. Go for it. Bro, I'm like, you and your parents are going to disagree sooner or later on something. Whether it's going to be the job you picked, the wife you picked, or where you moved to. Like, they're never going to be satisfied. Us as parents, we wanted your life to be lived the way we see fit. But it's your life. Life is going to suck, mijo. You're going to have kids soon. You're going to have responsibilities soon. You're going to have a job. And you're never going to get to pursue what you want. Like, you're never going to have a chance to be what you wanted to be. And right now that you, unlike most people in this world, actually know what you want to be. Like, I don't remember at a young age remembering what I wanted to be. I never thought of, like, what do I actually want to be in life? I just would exist. Thank God that my daughter was born and I had to become an EMT, and I loved it. Like, it was something I loved to do, that I felt like, hey, man, I could do this. But it wasn't something that I was born to do. That something in my heart, like, man, that's why I was put on this earth, was to do this. And for a lot of people that go through this life, that have the blessing of having a this, that they're blessed with this, whatever that this is, and they don't pursue it. They never have a chance to follow it, to shape it, to make it a reality because of X, Y, Z. So you have a chance to go for it. Go for it. There's so many people in this world that aren't selfish with themselves, bro. Like, I'm selfish about my family's happiness. Like, if there's anything they need, anything they want, like, I want them to have it, so I do what I gotta do so they get it. But when it comes to me, not so selfish, not so motivated. And that's the problem, is why there's so much depression and people aren't aggressive about their happiness. You got to be responsible for your own happiness. I can't expect my wife to make me happy. Like, okay, my kids make me happy sometimes. You know, a beer could make you happy, but you're relying on those things to make you happy. Like, what organically makes you happy? This weekend, spending time with my best friends, happy. And a lot of people don't chase happiness. They're too stuck on their job or their kids or their this or their that. And that's what I told this young man. Your life's gonna suck sooner or later. So right now that you can chase it, chase it. You know, all of y'all. If you have the opportunity to open up man, I've always wanted to start a little garden, and I should plant my own vegetables. And it's been in your head, but you never do it because of whatever. Do it. For those of y'all that want to start your own little business doing this or that, and you're like, well, no, what if it don't work? There's already that. Bro, do it. It's better to have done it and failed at it than not to do it at all. Have you ever been to a nursing home? Have you ever been to one of those? Oh, I hated that call. In the ambulance, there's certain calls you hate to get. I hate it. Everyone hates to get abdominal pain. Oh, my stomach hurts. Bro, that's like, in EMS, that's like 70% of your calls. A stomach ache. Now it's anxiety. And it's these young kids with anxiety. And for us grown-ass people that live life through hard, like, we have anxiety. That's just life, bro. Deal with it. It's going to keep coming at you. Life sucks. Too bad. But you hate getting those calls. And OBG calls. Oh. Just because of me. It's a person. But it's a smell. Yeah, bro. That's a different podcast. Like, there's a certain ODer in the room. The beauty of birth. Anyways, I hated going to the nursing homes. If I heard over that radio, nursing home is like, ugh. And it's not because it has a certain, you know, stench itself, or like a certain smell when you walk into these nursing homes. It's that it's almost like a lot of them are dead. You walk by these rooms and they're just like staring into the abyss. You walk by these rooms and they're like, ah, and no one comes to visit them. Like the staff will walk by the room and like, hello, Miss Molly. Like it's just a routine. Like almost, I don't know. It's sad, almost inhumane. Like how they're there. Like they have to spend their years like that because if not, they're a burden in their family. Who wants mom in the back room? I do. I told that to my mom. We're talking on the phone and she was like, Mijito, I don't want to get to the age where I'm just living in a nursing home and I'm a burden to you. Like, Mom, I can promise you that much. I don't care how annoying you are. I'm going to build you a little room in the back of my house. And you can stay there, Mom. You don't have to worry about a nursing home. I'll put you and Dad in the back of my house. Like, that's what I told my mom. And you go into these nursing homes and it's just like they're already dead. But how many people in these places are sitting there thinking of what they should have done in life? How many people, that as they stare out to that abyss, are like, man, I should have asked her to go out. What would I have done if I would have asked her to marry me? How different would my life be if I went on that trip that time? And they sit there and think of all the regret of their life. And yet you sit here at a crossroads of your life of should I or shouldn't I? And you're sitting there and a lot of people don't. They go on and like take the safe road. They're too uncomfortable thinking of what road this is. And they're too uncomfortable with it that they go with the safe route. And they never do anything in this life that they can remember, that they could not have a regret about. And that's me. I don't want to live my life with regrets. I don't want to live with I already have too many of those. There's too many regrets that I have in my life of things I should have not done. And like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? So dreams, like ideas that I have, I've already buried some. I remember I wanted to open up my own little mat company, a floor mat company, with saying, like, I've had all these ideas and I want to get it. I never go for it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just start going for it. And that's how I'm going to go about it. I'm going to go about it and fail. I'm getting better at failing. Like, I'm mastering failing, bro. Like, I'm first going to master all the failing part. And then I'll get to the where I get it right part. But I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to be in that same nursing home with these people and just be like, bro, you failed at all that. But at least you tried. At least you tried. Go little rock star. Yeah, man, like, I love this life. I love my life that I've been given. For a while, I didn't. For a while, I was too stuck in my own little black hole of pity, of I didn't get this, or life cheated me on that. And nah, it's all a gift from God. It's all a gift from God. And now that's how I take it. That's how I take it. And that's helped me guide my life a lot better now. And having these wonderful friends that I have. So my friend tells me, let's go to the Yard House. It's in Alamo. They have live music outside. It's a great atmosphere. But when I tell them when I'm already getting there that, oh, you want to hear something? So my best friend tells me, let's go out. I haven't seen him in a long time. I'm excited to see him. I want to have a good time. So I tell my daughter to drive us, my 19-year-old daughter that works all night and sleeps all day. So around 5 o'clock, we wake her up. Hey, we're gonna go out. You need to drive us. And she did not like that at all. I didn't care though. I didn't care. We got ready. Erica was looking cute. And we went. I tell her like, "Come on, let's go." And she's all pissed off about it. Like she's pissed off. I tell my little one, he's upset too. I didn't know. We never found out why he was mad, but he was like in a little pissy mood too. And I told him, "Come on, go with your sister. She'll get you a burger." He's like, "I'm not hungry." Bro, you're always hungry. Like, okay, fine, be mad. So on the way over there, I'm on the passenger seat. Erica's in the back with my bunny, and she's there like, "What's wrong, mijito? What's wrong? Why are you mad? Like, leave him alone. He's fine." He's like, "I'm fine, mom. I'm fine." The whole way over there, it's like that. Whatever. I don't care. I'm about to see my friend. So about 5 minutes from this 30-minute drive, he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave my house." He lives further than me. So like, "Oh, Esteban." I'm like, David. Wajado. Man, I hate that guy. Because I love him so much. Let me tell you who David is. Now that I told you who Fernie is, let me tell you who David is. Because he's just as important. David, I met when I became an EMT about 21 years old. I'm a new EMT and this guy comes in with his Class A shirt and his pants all the way up to his stomach with a big Velcro belt. And he would... he was so annoying. But David is a jerk. He has this whole aura behind him of an asshole. And he likes to run his mouth. He runs his mouth a lot. That's what he does best. But he quickly became my friend. And we started talking, and he ended up being a cool guy. He actually had the same setup I do. Wife and 3 kids. But I love David. Me and him, we're permanent partners. And when he works, like, he's real by the book. If we're out there, like, he's out there saving lives. Like, he takes that seriously. So your shirt can be untucked, like you're looking slow, like he'll call you out. And why ain't this equipment there? Like, he's like one of those, like, he could be a little much sometimes. Anyways, he's an awesome friend. Like, he's one of the, like, nombre me, ese vato no vale verga. Like, he's always talking shit. But, like, you need that guy in your circle. Like, and me and him, we do it where he annoys me a lot of times. He annoys the hell out of me. And I have to take a break from him. We got into this epic fight once over an onion. Bro, an onion. Let me tell you how. We planned this fishing trip to my mom's RV park. And we're supposed to go fishing, night fishing at their pier. He's going to barbecue. That's one thing I love about him. That's probably porque lo aguanto el culero so much. Because him and his mom, she's like my mom too, can cook. Man, they cook so good. They cook so good. I wish I had his talent to cook. But anyways, he's real anal about his ingredients, how he does things, whatever. Well, this fishing trip, he's like, "Okay, don't forget this, don't forget that. Does your mom have onions?" I'm like, "Yeah, my mom has onions over there. She has her little RV. They have a whole setup over there. We'll just use their onion." He's like, "Okay, Mike, they better have this. Okay, they have it, David. Chill." So we were in the car together, and the whole way over there, he's bitching. Like, he's like in a pissy mood. Like, he's used to running his ship. Of his family, he's captain. In the ambulance, captain. Well, that goes to his head, and he wants to be captain all the time. We're in my car, bro. Going to my mom's RV, chill. And me, my tolerance for taking people's bullshit, I can only take so much where I lash out. And this was the day. I already had been getting frustrated with him. Like, it had been mounting up. And sure enough, it all exploded in this fishing trip. We get to the RV, and my mom does not have any onions. And mind you, we're out in the RV in the middle of the arroyo. It's the middle of the night, 11. We can't just drive down the street to go get an onion. There's no onion. So you're going to have to barbecue without the onion. Which to he says, that's why I told you to bring the onion. And he doesn't shut up. Now it's not going to taste the same. If I would have known, I would have been in charge of everything. You're always like this. And like, he just starts going on and on and on. And it progresses to where I tell him, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck the onion and fuck you. Let's go home. I'm not doing this shit with you. And we packed up all our shit and we're like, and all the way home, we just went and came right back. One of the worst nights I've spent with someone. I remember talking so much shit, like, no, ese vato no vale. Just like, he's always bitching, he's always complaining. Took a few months, maybe even a year or a little more than that for me to talk to him again. And right, like I did with Fern, we just fall right back into place, right back into the wheels of it. Like, it's always been me and him. Because I love him. He's that, I need him also in my life. Like, Fernie and him have never got along. They had this one episode at a bar, Oktoberfest, some shit that happened that both sides, whatever. But Fernie's always told me, ese vato no vale verga. And David's always told me, ese vato no vale verga. Like, they both, and I've always taken it that it's just because they're fighting over me. But they don't like each other. And recently, I stopped talking to David also. I purged everybody. In December, I took a stance where I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a step back. I purged friends and people that I didn't want in my circle anymore. As in, they're always trying, those chinga poquito people that are trying to mess with me and trying to bring you down, trying to run their mouth, that negativity shit. If you were one of these people that like, no, man, I can't get a break, my life sucks. Like, I purged a couple of those people from me. Like, I just went on a cleansing of people that were not the best for me. And a lot of them hurt. And then I went through this, you know what? I'm not going to call anybody right now. I'm going to let them call me. And that's what I did. Abstinence makes the heart grow fonder. And I took a leave. And David was one of them too. Me and him was different. I had seen him in Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I was with my family. Oh, Thanksgiving, I was in a hot shot in California. We drove down all those hours in 2 days straight. We're just on a mission. We get here like 6 o'clock. I go to my mom's house, go have some eggs with her because she didn't have turkey. Our turkey was the next day because they were waiting for me. So I just went to go have eggs and warmed up tamales with her. I went to my dad's house to go have tamales and turkey with my grandma and my dad. And then my friend David, he like, hey, where you at? My mom and me made the turkey this year. Come on over. And in the middle of the night, we go over there. And I love being there. That is one of my happy places. Being with David and his family at his mom's house. Oh, there's just so much warmth. You walk in this door, and every time all the kids are in the living room with Grandpa right there. And he's always right there. And everyone's in the living room, and then you go to the kitchen. It's like little bees working. Mom's working on food. There's food everywhere, bro. And they go hard, everything from scratch. And then outside, the barbecue pit's going, the disco's going. Like, it's just, bro, it's just beautiful. I got to spend Christmas there a few nights ago making tamales. Me and my family playing bingo with their family, making tamales. The guisao coming out fresh and like, bro, taste this. Making taki. Here, bro, taste this one. Have some pozole, bro. Here, eat. And you're just like, I love that. I really love that. And this Thanksgiving, I went over there for that. But David was a little confrontational that night. When he drinks, he gets, and I don't like to drink. I've had my experience with my stepdad with alcohol, and he gets aggressive. And I never liked it as a kid. So when someone gets aggressive, like, I can't wait to get away. But he got confrontational that night. Whatever. It wasn't nothing drastic. It just annoyed me. So whatever. I haven't talked to him since that night. Anyways, I told him last week. I haven't talked to him in a good while. Also, and I told him last week, I was like, hey, I want you to be in my podcast, puto. That's what my text was to him. I haven't talked to him in months. And not, hey, how are you doing? Nothing. It was just, come do my podcast. Because I wanted to see where he was at. Like, what was his answer going to be? And it wasn't what I expected. He told me about a loss in the family. And it's a great loss. And when he told me that, I'm like, fuck. Like, I legit, it hurts. I know this man that passed. I know who he was. A great father. Great father. Like, you could only wish to live up to those standards of a father, where your kids remember you with like tears in their eyes when they think of how great you are. That's who this man was to their family. And when David told me that, I was like, fuck, carnal, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, the burial's tomorrow. I'm like, I'm there. And I was right there for the burial. I didn't go to speak. I didn't show up to the service to speak because I hate being at the cemetery. I went there so he could look over and see me. That's it. He stood there as a pallbearer with his son. His son got big on me. But he stood there as a pallbearer in the service. And at one point in that service, I served my job. Where he looked back and he saw me standing there. That's it. That's what my whole job was for that moment. That he looked back. He knew his homeboy was there. His brother was right there. We might be all of this over here, but I'm always going to be right there. Pretty awesome moment. Having a friend like that. It wasn't an awesome moment being at this funeral. It really sucked. He's hard, he's rigid, he's tough. He's a big guy. But when I held him, I said, I'm sorry. And just like, he felt his like body. It's my boy. But he tells me this weekend that I went to that Alamo Rail House to see that band with my best friend. He tells me that he's so far away. I'm like, I'm going to go see what David's doing. I text David, he's like, hey man, I'm here barbecuing. Come on over. Bro, I just told you I love his cooking. And sure enough, I pull up. My daughter pulls up because she's driving us. Remember, she took the car to go drop us off. So we're safe. We find out, hey, this guy's barely leaving his house. It's going to be like an hour. And my daughter's like, really? I was like, y'all want something to eat? They're like, no. I'm like, take me to David's house. So I go to David's house and me and my wife get down. She's like, I got to go use the restroom. Fine. So I go into their backyard. And David's barbecuing and his wife is right there. Oh, I love his wife. We've all been together since little kids, like since we're in our 20s, raising little kids, and they have 3 kids of their own. And I love me some Rose. I almost think like I love my friends' wives more than I love my friends. There's a lot of heart between me and Rose. And yeah, I really like her. But they're out there and he's barbecuing, taking out chicken, ribs, just all these food. And like, hey, taco. Like, he's one of those that taco. Like, and I'm gonna like taco. And spending time with him, wow. He was just telling me about a confrontation he had with his oldest. He's 16 also. Or no, he's 15. Whatever. He's a big boy. He has his strength. And he says how he got physical, like where he had to like, hey, leave your brother alone. And he had this moment of dad moment, and you could tell the pride in him when he's telling me. And us just talking about our kids. Next week is Mijas Quinceañera. And I have that with him. That's the beauty of my friendship with him. Is like Fernie, yes, he's my brother. Yes, I've known him since kindergarten. Yes, we grew up together. But we can't relate on certain things when it comes to raising a family, when it comes to having kids, when, you know, those kind of moments, he can't relate. He talks like he thinks the answer should be as to where David is living it. He knows what he's going through. We can relate to each other. So it's a different relationship. And I really enjoy my time with David because he has the same sick sense of humor as I do. Like, we just constantly laughing and not like, ha. It's like, ha, yeah, wait, stop, wait. Like that kind of like core belly laugh. It's just amazing. He's a really good friend. So we're there eating. Then my friend finally gets to the rail yard. Hey, I'm here. So I spend another 20 minutes there with him. And then I go to the rail yard and go do it with my best friend there. And let me tell you, the most amazing part of my night was not eating like a king at David's. Eating all these fresh barbecue coming out that pit. He has a little pit, bro, a little smoking. Just killing it with there. That was the best night, the part of the night. The best part wasn't sitting there watching the Texas Storm Band with my best friend and his wife. Bro, the flower lady comes. I love having a good time. So the flower lady comes up. The one that sells flowers. Like, you're there as a couple. And she came up with her rose. Like, go away. That's a $5 rose. She still finessed me for the roses. But having that fun moment there was not the best part of my night. The drive home. The drive home when I look at my wife and I tell her, hey, we have an amazing life. She laughs, yeah, we do. I'm like, no, really, look. Our daughter is driving us everywhere. How awesome is that? I gave these kids all my life. Like, I never got on the white Bronco and I was like, I'm out. Like, bro, I gave them everything. When my friends were going out, I was here at home listening to SpongeBob and Ubi and all those other shows. So now that my daughter's 19, we're out there doing it like kids. Me and her are living it up. And my daughter's driving us around doing it. And I told her that, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying are me and your mom when we're like this? And she's like an 8. I'm like, okay, Bunny, because he was in the car too. I was like, same question. This is the most annoying we are, right? Like, yeah, at these moments, these are your most annoying moments for us. Okay, so what number are we? In your a scale of 1 to 6, the most annoying we are. What's the number? He's like a 6. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, all you motherfuckers are a 10. When I had to pussyfoot around this house because you were asleep and if we moved and you would cry, that sucked. You annoyed me a 10. When you were sick at the hospital with your earache and we had to go get your surgery and all that and you were just crying, you were annoying then. Bunny with your, I'm just you were annoying then. But I did it for y'all anyways. And I'm happy that you're doing this for me. Even though y'all are annoyed and you're pissed off thank you for sitting there and making sure you and your mom and your dad are safe. That's what's up. Like, really. Like, and we sat over breakfast the next day and me and my wife were like, man, because we tore up the back seat. we told him, go to Taco Bell, go to Taco Bell. And we're like ordering all this food, and we make a sloppy mess out of the back. Lettuce everywhere, whatever. Where the next day, me and her like, oh, and we go look at the back seat like, oh. And we're eating breakfast that morning. I was like, damn, our life is good, right? She's like, yeah. Just had our daughter getting to have those moments with us. Man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful that I get to walk this path right now. I mean, I might not have everything my best friend has, and I can't take the trips he takes, but bro, I am living my best life. I really am. Having amazing moments with my friends, with my family, and that's my happiness. That is my happiness. And y'all need to find your happiness. Whenever you find your happiness, that's when life starts coming together. Like, I live my life chasing money. Like, I wanted money. And I thought that, oh, as soon as I get enough money, that'll get me power. That'll get me happiness. Like, I chase power. Oh, if I'm the owner of my own company and I don't have to take shit from nobody and I tell people what to do, I'll be happy. I wasn't happy. Like, I was never happy when I was chasing things. And now, I just want to live for others. Like these little moments that I have that I can put happiness into with other people. Like, those are the moments that give me fuel. That's what brings me happiness. And I think it's very important that we all chase happiness in this life. There's so many people that are not chasing it. You don't want to be that person in the nursing home looking out that window and being like, man, I could have. Nah, not me. I'd rather be the old person out the window at that nursing home. Be like, bro, you fucked all that up. What a wonderful trip. How fun was that? Oh, you messed that one up. Hey, you got that one. That's how I want to go. I don't want to sit there with, man, I should have tried boxing. Would I have been good? Would I have made it? I should have opened up that taco stand. I bet I would have killed it. I would have done it different where I would have killed it. And you'll never know. Be careful who you surround yourself around. Be careful who you call friend. In this life, my grandpa told me, he's all like, in this life, the only friends you have are the ones that will see you. Los únicos amigos que tienes son los que te visitan en la cárcel y en la cama. And that's so true. Because, bro, I've been on top of the mountain. I've had a lot of money. When I first got this house, everyone wanted to be here. Like, I was the coolest person. But when things got real, when I hit bumps on my road and when life started hitting me, those people weren't there. And it's true, the only friends you have are the ones that come visit you in jail or in the bed. Let me tell you how I was on that bed a few years ago. And I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't want people to know. I didn't want no sympathy from no one. So I laid there in that bed, and my two best friends showed up. They showed up. And one of them I hadn't talked to in a bit. And that moment that they walked through that door, one of the best moments of my life, getting to see them there. That support, that where I'm in this scared place, to have them there, standing there, where it's awkward for them. They had to go park in a hospital. They had to go ask, hey, where's Michael at? Like, the whole process of it, like leading into the room, like everything that they went through just to let me know. Like, that day at the cemetery, same thing. I remember my friend got arrested for DWI. And where he's like, nah, bro, I wasn't even drunk. Like, I didn't even feel it. Like it wasn't, they made a big deal. And it wasn't a big deal because it was funny. But when he got caught the second time, that was a different phone call. That one, he called me directly. Like the first time I heard about it, he tells me, like, hey, I got locked up last week. For real? Yeah, they caught me. Like, he told me about it. Second time, he called me. And it's like 4 in the morning. And I see on my phone, Hidalgo County. And I'm like, oh, shit. What happened? And I answered, and it's him. And like, you hear it in his voice, the defeat in his voice. And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, nah, man, they got me for driving drunk. I fucked up. Like, it's cool, we'll get you out. I was like, do your parents know? He's like, nah, I can't, I don't have my cell phone. I don't have their cell phone number. They don't have the house phone no more. I got you. I'll go talk to him. And that's what I did. Made sure he was fine. I got all the information I needed, and I went to his parents' house that day. And I waited till it got morning. I know they're early risers, but still showed up. I showed up in the morning, like, hey, your son got arrested. I'll never forget his dad. His dad's so hard on him. His dad is like so hard to like please. But chingada madre. I took it like, I don't know what to say, sir. Like, I couldn't answer for my friend because he very much fucked up. Like, I couldn't make excuses for him. That's not what I was there for. And I was just there to let them know. And then we got the ball rolling to get him out. And it took a few days to get him out. He had to go to court. So they take him to court, and seeing him there in orange and shackles. I remember me and my best friend were there for him. The same one that walked into the door for me at the hospital. We're there waiting for him, and we see him in shackles, and he's like, free the mix. And man, seeing my homeboy led away in shackles. They gave him his bond. That weekend, I went to go visit him. That's only the second time I visited anybody in jail. And man, seeing my best friend behind that glass. Hey, wait, ¿cómo estás, man? Good, man. I'm talking to some people here. Like, that's good, man. Like the whole time, I knew my friend was like fucking like going through it. I know he was scared, like just the way you could see him, but we didn't talk none of that sentimental shit. Just lying shit. Like, nah, man, fuck it, you got this way. Like just pumping him up. I know what my job is. I know what my job is. My job wasn't to be there, be like, bro, you messed up, bro. Again, Wayne. That wasn't my job. My job at that particular moment was to pump him up. Pump him up. Keep him strong. Keep his head strong. We get his bail. And have you ever been there to get somebody out of jail? It's not a quick process. Like, you have to wait forever. The county takes forever to let them out until they finally let you out. And it took a while to get my friend out. I remember we started the night around 8 o'clock. Around 11 o'clock, I see his mom, like, tired. And, like, are they almost going to let him out? I'm like, I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. And we waited there. Around midnight, I was like, ma'am, just go home. I'm going to wait till he gets out. I'll scold him, and then I'll take him to you, ma'am. Okay, mijito, it's just that I'm tired. Tell him I want to be here. It's just I'm so tired. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take him home. And it's a little distance from his house to the jail. So just go home, man. She went home. And I waited there a few more hours until he walked out. And when my friend walked out of that room, it buzzes and it cracked open, and he looks into the waiting room. What's up? Ready to eat? Hell yeah, I've been starving. He was in there like 4 days. They took him to Whataburger. We got these big burgers, big drink and fries. He's like, bro. And we're eating behind my truck. We come park here at my house. He's like, man, that sucked. Like, it sucked watching you. It sucked fucking seeing you like that. It sucked going to your mom's house. You need to do better. You're fucking up. Ya fue mucha, way. The first one, okay. But the second one, way, what the fuck are you doing? That was a different conversation. See, my first assignment, was to go get a hold of his parents and absorb that and be there for him like that. Like, can you go take care of it? I'm on my way, carnal. And I went there. That was my job. When I went to go see him in jail, my job was to pump him up. My job was to keep him strong. That was my job. But when he was out, it's my fucking job to check him. You're fucking up. You're fucking up. Yeah. Yahweh, look at you. You're fucking up. I'll be here every time that door cracks, carnal. I'm going to be there every fucking time. But you're fucking up. It's not going to change me being there whether you keep fucking up, but Yahweh. Yahweh mucho. I had a different job that night. And I took him home to mom. But that's the beauty of friendship. That's the beauty of having a friend that you can call brother. That, yeah, I'm going to go talk to your mom. I'll be there. I'll go talk to your mom. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm here to pump you up. But I'm also here to check you. I'm also the one to be here like, hey. Nah, yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Stop. That's it. All those roles are hard to do. They really are. Like that night that he told me to go tell his parents, I'm like, fuck. I know his mom's a sweetheart. And she's real, it's almost like she's real fragile. Like the news of her was just going to break her apart. Like me sitting there watching him in that jail, I wanted just to man, this is me seeing you at the lowest way. This is the lowest I've ever seen you, bro. But I knew that if I went into that, he's going to go back into that tank with his head down. And I wanted him pumped up. That wasn't the time for that. But when it was time to tell him like it is, that's what time it is, homie. And I appreciate the friends that I have in my life that are real friends. Because I have a lot of people that pat me on the back. I get a lot of this. Man, you're awesome. Man, you're great. And I love getting that feedback. I really do. Who doesn't? But the ones I appreciate, the ones that I yearn for, is that, hey, you're fucking up. And when someone tells you you're messing up, who are they? Who are they in your life? If some person randomly, hey man, you're messing up. Okay, bro, I don't know who you are. I don't know what role you play in my life. But if the core people in your life that mean something to you are telling you, hey, you're fucking up, you gotta listen. You gotta appreciate what it goes into your friend feeling uncomfortable to tell you, hey, you're fucking up. And I'm not telling you for my own good to make myself feel better than you. I'm telling you because you're fucking up. Because I love you and I want the best for you. So it's my job to tell you you're fucking up. That's what's up, guys. That's what's up. The beautiful thing about friendship that we have in this life. There's so many people that go through this life and they don't have that friend. They don't have someone to call friend. They can't just call someone up. One thing that hurts me about Erica is that she doesn't have that. She has acquaintances. We all have acquaintances. But someone that she could at her heart love as a friend. That's why when you have it, treasure it. Take care of it. And when you fuck it up, you apologize. It's so hard for us to apologize. He was wrong too. Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? Hey, wait, I'm sorry. Or in my case, that I did with these two friends. Take some time away. Take some time away. See where they put you in their life. My friend had to see I'm not always going to be there. Fine, if I'm bothering you, I'll move aside. You do what's important in your life. And I'll see where I fall into that spectrum. And if you're really important in people's lives, they're going to call you. They're going to reach out to you. They're going to say, hey, man, where have you been? I love you. And that's what's up. That's the beautiful thing in this life, is having these moments and having these people. And when you have them, take care of them. Hey, guys, I've enjoyed my moment with y'all. I want to get my first guest on here officially. I had a Zoom podcast with this gentleman, but I don't know how to record it. I'm really learning my way, but I really enjoy the people that spend their time and actually watch my podcast. The last one has like 20 some views, 30 some views, and anyone else that sees that might be like, whoa, that's nothing. But to me, it's the world. It's my first one. This is my second one. I'm going to get better at it, and I'm going to get better at it, and I'm going to have better guests, and it's going to be a good show for you. And I enjoy all the ones that have been here for episode 2. Guys, I love y'all. I'm on Texas 956 Dad on all social media. I love TikTok. That's where I mainly do it. Right now, I'm doing it in Spanish, just because that's where TikTok's trending me to. Whatever gets TikTok happy. But yeah, I'm very accessible. Whether you comment, whether you inbox me, whatever you want to talk, we can make it happen. God bless you to all. And if you have friends, guys, enjoy them. Call them. Love them. A lot of people don't. Love you. I'm out.